Panasonic G100 is an exciting new mirrorless camera made for creative content vloggers thanks to some really innovative new features in audio recording, autofocus technology, and overall usability that will allow vloggers to make better videos right out of the box and share immediately over social media. So let's unbox this real quick. You get the camera, obviously. It comes with the kit lens, a battery, a charger cable for the battery, and if you buy the kit, you get the cool Panasonic tripod grip. The Panasonic G100 is incredibly lightweight. It weighs only 352 grams, or 0.77 pounds, with a card and a battery. But it feels solid in the hand. It's compact and very portable. The lens will fold into itself when not in use, so I can fit it in my pocket, no problem. The G100 features a 3-inch 1840K dot fully articulating touchscreen LCD that boasts high visibility and vivid color when compared to their G90 camera. But if you're like me and you prefer an EVF, you do get a 3680K dot bright electronic viewfinder that boasts a 2.8 times brightness when compared to the G90. It just gives me that much more confidence in my framing. And if you want to shut the world out, the LCD can't really do that. Put your eye up to this here, everything goes away and you can focus on the composition. When it's a bright sunny day, I only trust my EVF, so I'm very glad this camera has one, especially when I'm composing photos. This really is an everyday walk-around type camera. There is an HDMI output on the side for external monitoring and recording. Please note that if you get yourself an external capture card, you could use this camera as your webcam for streaming video. Next to that port is a USB connection for charging your battery in the camera or connecting Panasonic's tripod grip. It will securely attach underneath the camera and you can use it as a tabletop tripod or a handheld grip. It features a shutter release and record button. The entire setup only weighs 514 grams. I used it the entire time while shooting around Coney Island and my arm didn't get tired. The most exciting new feature has to be their innovative new audio technology. Panasonic collaborated with Nokia to enhance their Ozo technology to create the industry's first application for tracking audio sources with the internal microphones for more three-dimensional sound during playback. Alright, and I'm walking on the beach, doing a little walk and talk. This is possible because the G100 has a built-in mic that is composed of 3 internal mics that can record sounds in different directions depending on your shooting situation. If you choose the tracking recording mode, it will link up with face detection technology and adjust the range and direction according to the movement of the person within the frame. So this test is probably a little bit more fair. I'm on the rooftop of my apartment complex here in Brooklyn. Probably a fair way to test out the audio tracking mode as opposed to being on the beach in the rain and the wind. Although listening to it, it sounded pretty good. This is what it sounds like in a more normal shooting scenario where there's really no wind, barely any street noise, just a couple of hums here and there from AC units. But other than that, this is probably a more realistic test of how you would shoot audio with the G100. So this is pretty cool. If you like to move around a lot in your vlogs, if you're an animated person, you're always moving, this camera is going to be able to keep up with you and maintain focus and audio quality at the same time. So if you're doing an interview, giving a speech, or recording video selfies, this mode will record your voice clearly regardless of how much you move within the frame. Other audio modes include Surround, which records a wide range in all directions. Front records audio in front of the camera. So right now you're hearing the front-facing audio mode of the G100. This is probably a likely scenario you would use the microphone in when you're talking directly to the camera. You want that microphone directionally pointed right at you. Back records audio from behind the camera. Okay, so right now I have the camera in the back audio mode. So right now the microphone is directed backwards so it can pick up my voice. I think this is a great mode to have when you are sort of narrating what you're shooting, right? So you're not on camera yourself, you're kind of behind the camera, shooting B-roll, establishing landscape shots, things like that, while you're narrating your content. Perfect application for the back mode of audio recording. And auto switches between tracking and surround recording modes. So it starts off in surround mode, so it picks up all the sounds in my environment. But say I want to go from this to a selfie. So I flip the LCD, turn it around, boom, immediately it switches to auto tracking mode. So now it's going to focus on my voice and eliminate all the sounds around me. Pretty cool feature. You can hear the difference almost immediately. As soon as I flip that LCD around, it switches to tracking. So auto mode is working. With this kind of technology, you might not even need an external mic. However, if you want, there is a 3.5mm mic input on the side, but you cannot monitor the audio because there is no headphone output. Panasonic G100 offers new and vastly improved autofocus. Featuring their face and eye detection AF technology, the G100 will automatically detect a person's face and eyes. While in video mode, I chose continuous AF, and the camera takes care of the rest. In fact, if you turn the LCD forward facing, the camera will start selfie mode automatically, and you get the optimal focus and exposure. Really quick, as soon as you flip the LCD screen front facing, it goes into what's called selfie mode, and it knows that you're about to record a selfie. So regardless of what settings you have the camera in, it'll automatically turn on the face detection and eye detection AF. I was testing it all day, and it is incredibly fast and accurate. It picks up my face within seconds, it keeps it in focus as I move around the frame. The face and eye detection autofocus is working overtime. I've never seen it this fast on a Panasonic camera. I want to test how fast the face and eye detection AF can grab my face. So I'm going to step out of frame and then come back into it and see how fast it grabs me. Welcome back. So that was pretty quick. I can see it catching my face. Let me shoot it with this camera here, give you guys a sense of how well the face detection is working. The box is there. The crosshairs have my eyes. So yeah, looking good. It is leaps and bounds ahead of my GH5, sorry to say. Okay, let's get some basic info out of the way. The G100 has a familiar 20 megapixel micro four thirds sensor size, and it can shoot Ultra HD 4K video up to 30 frames per second at 100 megabits per second, wrapped up in an MP4. I was excited to see the inclusion of V-Log-L for more advanced color grading out of the box. How'd it look? Dave says okay. All right. The kit lens is a 12-32 f3.5 to 5.6 that is not fixed. This is an interchangeable lens system, so if you have any other micro four thirds lenses from Panasonic, then they will work on this camera. But just because it's video-centric doesn't mean you can't still take high-quality photos in shooting modes like aperture, shutter priority, full manual. They're all accessible on the top dial. Another mode on the top dial is SNQ, better known as slow and quick mode, which allows you to shoot in different frame rates. Please note your resolution will drop down to Full HD while in this mode. Once selected, you choose the recording frame rate, either 60p or 30p, and then choose the effect you want. Quick modes will speed up the passage of time, similar to a time lapse, and they give you a few different speed options. Slow mode will max out at 120 frames per second, which really slows down your action for dramatic effect. The G100 also gives you the option of recording 60 FPS in normal shooting mode and then just slow it down in post-production. I think this mode is great for recording actions that you want to post to social media outlets. Speaking of social media, the G100 allows you to use frame markers in both photo and video mode to make it easy to see what your frame will actually look like when you upload it. Social media frame markers include 5x4, 1x1, 4x5, and 9x16. You can also increase the opacity of what is outside of the frame marker to make it easier to see what your final frame will look like by eliminating distractions. If you want to shoot vertical video, just turn the camera 90 degrees and the camera will detect the vertical position, and it is automatically rotated when you send it to your smartphone via the LUMIX Sync app. The G100 has a send image button on top of the camera, so when in playback mode, hit that button and you can send your image or video to your smartphone by connecting to the camera via Bluetooth and Wi-Fi, and then open the LUMIX Sync app. You'll be sharing your content within seconds. I love this. You hit record and the entire LCD is wrapped in a red frame that tells you you are recording. This is a tiny detail, but you'll never question whether you are recording or not. If you don't like it, you can turn it off, but I won't because I love it. The G100 has you covered with their 5-axis hybrid image stabilization. They combine the electronic image stabilization of the camera with the optical image stabilization found in the 12-32 kit lens. There will be no handheld shaking when you're walking and talking while recording your selfies at the same time, because the accurate gyro sensor can detect various types of shaking. Right, and I'm walking on the beach, doing a little walk and talk, testing out the steady shot here, the Panasonic G100. It's pretty good. However, when shooting 4K video, it drops down to a 4-axis IS. I don't think there's any doubt this camera will make creating your content faster and easier thanks to innovative audio engineering and performance functionality specifically for social media acquisition and distribution. The Panasonic G100 is next-level vlogging that will help get your career started. What do you want to use this camera for? What do you think of it? Let me know in the comments below. This is Jake with B&H. Just keep rolling. This is what happens when a ginger forgets to put on sunscreen when he goes to the beach. This pinkish hue I have on my face. It's a good look, right? Yeah.